Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Feed My Starving Children. I'm Andy Carr. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Development. I'm joined today by Mark Crea, our CEO, and Junior Obrand, who's our Regional Coordinator that handles the Caribbean and the distribution of Feed My Starving Children food. We're here tonight because of, as you're aware, the Hurricane Matthew storm that tore through the Caribbean here just recently. And we have just seen devastation beyond imagination. Over 1,000 lives have been lost. Over 1.4 million people are in need of humanitarian aid, and about 175,000 at least are homeless. Well, Junior is from Haiti and just returned from visiting to see firsthand the impact. And we thought that we would take this opportunity for Junior to tell us. Junior, what did you see and what did you experience while you were down in Haiti this last week?
Well, thanks, Andy, and thanks to all of you watching tonight. I just returned from Haiti 3 days ago. I was down there for 4 weeks, and what I saw in Haiti is truly devastating. Families are out in the street, no homes. I visited the city called Lekai. It's about 125 miles away from Port-au-Prince, and the devastation is real. Crops are devastated. I visited our partners in Lekai, Reciprocal Ministries International. They're right downtown Lekai. And as soon as I got there, I've seen so many people standing at the gate. When they slightly opened the gate, let us in, people were saying, "Do you have any food? Do you have any food?" And it's truly devastating. And even my family, friends in Haiti was telling me before I came down, be ready for what you're about to see. And frankly, it was a lot more devastation than I was prepared for. It's truly heartbreaking, Andy.
Junior, could you maybe tell us the context? Maybe what was this area of Southwest Haiti like? What's it known for in Haiti? And then what was it that you saw when you were there?
Yeah. For those of you watching, if you're familiar with Haiti at all, so Lekai is the third largest city in the country. They have a lot of coconut trees, a ton of it. Jeremy also got very, very hard, probably the most severe in Haiti. They're the #1 supplier of breadfruit. For my Haitian friends watching, Lam Veritable, Jeremy is the #1 supplier. This is all gone. Coconut trees are all down. Crops are devastated. Breadfruits are down. Yams, potatoes, a lot of it come from the south and the southwest. And those people now, they don't have that. And it's not something that's gonna get fixed in the next week or the next month. Coconut trees takes 5-7 years before they can go back again and ready to produce. It's truly devastating.
Yeah, I know from my time that I visited Haiti, I've always heard of the Southwest as really fertile ground for Haiti, a country that was already in great need, that it was not able to produce the amount of food that is needed for the country to start with. And this is the breadbasket, the area of Haiti that really provides not only for those local communities, but for the rest of Haiti. So Junior, tell me, what is it like with these people that you met down there? And they were already in need of food. They were food insecure. And from when we talked before, these people now are what are they thinking? What can you tell us?
You know, Eddie, what I saw in Haiti really. My expectation before I went down last week was to go down, not only to talk to my family, but to see them, but also to assess the situation for our volunteers and donors and my colleagues. You know, I came back. Before I went down, I said, I will come back and bring the stories, also bring the level of devastation I saw. When I came back, I could not explain it. Everything you see on pictures or anything you see on video, it's just a small fraction of what's going on. I was talking to some of my colleagues yesterday and I said, everything you see in a picture, for you to make sense, you need to multiply that in your brain by at least 100,000. It's so widespread, Andy. It's not one community. It's not one town. You're looking at Lekai. It's widespread. Lekai, Torbec, Anish, Chantal, Jeremy, Beaumont. I mean, wherever you go, you just see trees are either half standing or no leaves at all. I've never seen anything like that, really.
Wow. Well, in a minute, I want to come back and ask you about maybe some of the individual people you met. But I want to take a second, Mark, and you know, Mark, you've been around here, and as our CEO, you've seen a lot around the world. You've seen us have to deal with disasters in Haiti, in the Philippines, places that I'm familiar with.
Yep.
But tell me about Feed My Starving Children, and what do we do? What about Feed My Starving Children puts us in a place to help?
Well, thank you, Andy. Feed My Starving Children is really in a position to make a big difference in Haiti. It is the #1 country in the world. Out of the 70 countries we're in, Haiti is #1, has been for a long time. So the number of partners, the number of missionary groups, our reach in Haiti is significant. We also have what is really an ideal food for malnourished and starving people. But in a situation like this, where you have the stress level, you have the fact that people simply don't have food, this is the perfect food for them. Our partners had millions of our meals already in their warehouses on the ground for their existing feeding programs. So after talking to us, they were able to use those meals and start to distribute them literally hours and days after the hurricane. That was significant. But now they need those stocks replenished. They're still feeding their existing, the schools, the clinics, the things that they normally are doing. There's still that need there. So they've requested just for the next 60 to 90 days, 15 million additional meals from Feed My Starving Children. That's just the beginning. We know this is long term. So we've geared up. We have a disaster response plan. This is rated the toughest or the worst of anything on our disaster scale. It also means it's longer term for us. So we've got to respond to that. We've got the partners, the embedded partners in place that can do this. They are so good at that in responding quickly, at finding the places, frankly, where others don't go or don't know even exist. And so for us to be able to do that, I think is perfect. You know, in addition to our rice food here, this is the main staple. We know, we've already been hearing that cholera is on the rise. That's the next big concern for the health community, for the Haitians themselves. And we have, you know, the ideal food, which is our Manapac potato D, and it is an anti-diarrhea food. And this, we've used this in Haiti and many countries. It is ideal for a cholera outbreak. So we've got some down there. We are producing more, but we need millions of meals. We need the dollars to buy the raw ingredients, and then we need thousands, in fact, tens of thousands of volunteers to come in and help us do that. So.
Well, you know, Mark, as you told about the need in these communities that in a lot of ways are often forgotten. Junior, I know you've got a ton of stories, but maybe pick one of them out to tell about maybe somebody you met while you were down in Haiti just recently, and how maybe they went into action. How would you describe that?
You know, Andy, I was so encouraged. I saw a lot of I call it crazy mess, what I saw in Haiti. But in the midst of all that mess, I met a 19-year-old who made my heart smile. I was in Lekai for less than 2 days. After I checked in my hotel, I saw that 19-year-old wearing a pink shirt with a backpack with a list of names. Well, his name is Jonathan, 19 years old. Just hours after the storm, he walked in his community and drafting names, putting first name and last name with a number by their names. Within less than 24 hours, Jonathan already compiled more than 400 names of people he knew, people in his community that he wanted to help. He didn't know what he was going to do. Only thing he knew, he needed food. He needed a roof, because a lot of the houses have metal tin roof, and the wind just blew him away. So Jonathan was out there looking for food for his community. Less than 24 hours. After the storm, he was already out there not looking for himself. His house was also destroyed, but his intentions were true. He wanted to help other people. So when I met Jonathan, I said, Jonathan, why do you do this? He said, I just can't see my people suffering. He made 25 set of copies, and he just giving them out to NGOs in Haiti. saying, I need food, help my community. But for a 19-year-old, I mean, they're saying, well, who do you know? Who are you? Asking for help for 400 people. You can't represent 400 people. When I met Jonathan, he had 2 copies left. So I connected him with one of our partners in Lacaille, in downtown Lacaille, in a small neighborhood called Simon, about 11 kilometers out of Lacaille. You know, the next morning, Jonathan received 45 boxes of Feed My Starving Children food. I have never seen people so joyful to get about 4 and 5 bags of food, holding both bags in the air saying, Merci Jésus, thank you, Jesus. And that's a sign that they know this food is not from us. Yeah. And then Jonathan turned to me and said, I just don't know how to thank you. And I said, well, thank you, but don't thank me. There are thousands and thousands of people out there who are packing this food and get it down there to you. So people like Jonathan, and there's so many Jonathans out there. That's just one of them I met. There's so many of them out there doing the right thing and stepping up and help their community.
Yep.
You know, Mark, I know we've talked before about the magnitude of something like this being impossible for us to handle.
Yep.
But our faith and our partners' faith and where God plays into this equation.
You know, and we've done that. We've learned that that God is going to take care of it. We have to do everything we can, and that means to raise the funds, to ask for your 2 hands. For a couple of hours, come in and you will make a huge difference. You will save the lives of Haitians who desperately need this food. So, you know, I ask you to do that, to go onto our website. We'll give that information here in a bit, but simply go to Feed My Starving Children and make a difference. Pray for the people of Haiti to help them get through this. We're going to be there. We're positioned well. We are a highly efficient organization, highest charity ratings out there, but our heart really goes out to them. So we're going to do that, and we know that God's going to do the rest here.
Junior, what would you say the people of Haiti would say to everybody who's listening here right now? If they could look right into that camera, what would they tell these people?
You know what, Andy, there's so much going into my head and thinking about what I saw in Haiti last week. You know, we have a very popular proverb in Haiti that says, Dayamon Gemon. Behind every mountain, there's another mountain. That's what it feels like for Haiti. They went from the earthquake to cholera, now to hurricane. There's always something. But people like FMSC donors and volunteers always step up and provide that hope. Yeah. You know, and people in Haiti are so grateful to you. And sometimes they would, even when I was visiting Jonathan last week, there's this old lady came to me and said, who sent you here? Who sent you here? And I said, my boss sent me here, but God sent me here. Yeah. You know, so things like that. People in Haiti, if they could meet you, people like you who are truly helping them, they would tell you, merci, merci. That's thank you in Creole. They would say, really. And they're so grateful for your help.
Yep.
Mark, what would kind of final word would you have to the people that are our supporters and the people that have been with us, our partners, as what FMSC's response is going to be, both now and long term?
Yep. Very simple, Andy. First of all, I want to thank you. Already so many people have been contacting us, wanting to volunteer, wanting to donate, just offering to pray. That's really critical. But the need is significant. 15 million meals between now and the end of December. That's phase 1. We know there will be another phase, and then the longer term after that. This will take a long time for this part of Haiti to recover. And they simply don't have anything. If you see a mom and a child and said, my home used to be here, and it's not anymore, how am I going to survive? We have the ability to help them and to make a difference in their lives with your help. So I would ask you to go to our website, fmsc.org, make a donation, go on there and volunteer. We need a lot of volunteers. Day sessions, particularly during the week. And then I would ask you to just keep Haiti in your prayers. The Haitians will take this on. They always do, but they need our help. And they're so grateful for it.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, you folks that are listening into this, we need you now. There are literally lives at stake that are depending on you and depending on Feed My Starving Children as an organization, you're part of this family, and we're asking you, please go above and beyond to help us out. 22 cents a meal, $80 feeds a child for a year, $50 is a box of food. In any way that you can help, please go on to fmsc.org and make that contribution. Please keep us in mind. Get your family, your friends, your school groups. If you're in an area that's by one of our packing sites, to come in. If you're interested in hosting a mobile packing event, please contact us. We would like to see 100,000 meals produced in different spots all over this country, that you could rise up and help us meet this need of 15 million additional meals. But we need you now. Simply, if you delay, we are going to be talking about a much greater catastrophe in the weeks and months ahead. So please help us where you can. Share this information with all of your contacts. Please tell people about this need. It's going to fall out of favor in the news. There's a lot of things going on out there in our world, and this will just become background noise. But I assure you, the people of Haiti need you now more than ever. So thank you for watching us here today. We appreciate all that you do. God bless you, and just peace be with you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.